Okay, let's call this one Big Mike. Let's go Big Mike, get healthy. Get one more ability in there, Big Mike, get strong. Setting you in there. Time to do what you've been training for. Big Mike, no. Life can get busy fast. If you're a student, a professional, or parent, you've likely lost a decent chunk of your free time. And with the plethora of new games that get released every year, it seems to take as much time finding a game to play as it does to find something to watch on Netflix. In this series, I aim to highlight games that fit nicely into the schedule of busy people so that you can spend less time searching and more time playing. My name is Ian, and this is why Inscryption is a good game for busy people. Ian, freeze the video. Pre-recommendation caveat. Inscryption is a wild ride from start to finish, and like a John Grisham novel, has twists and turns in every direction. In an effort to avoid spoilers and ruin some of the true magic of the game, I'm going to leave most of the plot points alone so that you can experience it for yourself. If I really need to get into it, I'll speak in veiled language, maybe even cryptic riddles if I'm feeling particularly ambitious. Inscryption sees us embarking on a video game journey that might just deserve the So Fresh award for 2021. But I don't know the committee in charge of awarding the official one, so instead it gets the Majegs Award of Freshness for the year of 2021, which I think is almost as good. Of course, if you're looking for more fresh games for busy people, go ahead and subscribe to the channel to get recommendations delivered to your door. In this video game journey, you'll build card decks, die and restart roguelike style, solve puzzles, do escape rooms, and attempt to unravel the mysteries of Inscryption. I don't have a lot of time to say this, so listen closely. When you first boot up the game, you're going to be in this dark, scary cabin. Across the table are going to be a pair of leering eyes just burrowing into you, saying, "Hey, come on, you're here in my cabin, let's play a card game." And before you know it, you're going to be neck deep in this sinister card game titled Inscryption. The core loop of Inscryption is a card game where you and your opponent compete to deal damage to each other in order to tip a set of scales, a tense tug-of-war mechanic that I have not seen done before. Now, the learning curve of innovative games can be steep due to new mechanics, which is not generally conducive to busy schedules, but Inscryption skips the learning curve by drip-feeding new gameplay rules that transform a simple gameplay concept into a Frankenstein's monster of gameplay elements. Thus, learning the rules becomes an element of the game itself, and the variety will grab you and pull you deeper and deeper into its mystery. So even if you've taken a break from the game due to a business trip, finals, if you're like me and somehow you've got 800 events all lined up in the same week, you're not going to have to refresh your memory by reading a novella of rules and tutorials. Now, simplicity is all well and good, but it alone does not make a good game. Inscryption also keeps the player off balance by constantly introducing expectation-defying activities and events. The game is full of auxiliary activities like escape rooms, puzzles within those escape rooms, hidden objects to play around with and explore, and ways to frustrate your opponent all have a spot at the proverbial table. Not the card game table, that's something else within the game and kind of its own activity. Many of these activities are required and paced perfectly to break up the drudgery of repeated card games. The 11-hour runtime of Inscryption holds a horrifyingly incredible narrative, one that respects you enough to let you find your own way through the story without holding your hand. Now, this is where my recommendation is going to get a little bit choppy because I don't want to spoil the terrifying magic of the game. So, here comes an ambitious poem. The story of Inscryption is full. Its storytelling methods ain't dull. Some are told through text, others may leave you perplexed, but all will burrow under your skull. If you've got a better limerick for this game, I'd love to hear it, but good luck topping that blue ribbon writing. Instead of being told exclusively through dialogue, Inscryption tells its story through a combination of dialogue, special cutscenes, and in meta form, which I apologize sincerely for being unable to speak about, but I don't want to ruin it for you. As a busy person, you'll appreciate how the game ensnares you with its story, freeing you only when you need to go to bed or change a diaper. Now, I've spit a lot at you in this video, and I'm sure that it's going to go a little bit longer than my normal target of 5 minutes, so let's get to the point. Just bear with me, we're going to boil it down and go right for the throat. I was enthralled by the tense mystique that's introduced throughout the game. The oddities start right in the beginning when a few of your cards start speaking directly to you. Immediately, I found myself locked in. Why are only some of my cards speaking to me? They're concerned, but why? And why did those leering eyes across the table cut them off? The intrigue kept building throughout the game, and every time I thought I was tying up a loose end, it would unravel further, undoing me with it. Inscryption's innovative use of new ideas and drip-fed evolving mechanics keep the game interesting without bogging the player down in a grisly quagmire of confusing rules. The disturbing tone and the sinister story will root you to the spot, and the unity of these gameplay elements create a game experience unlike one I've experienced before, and it is an absolute home run. And for the cost of under the standard AAA $60, you'd be doing yourself a disservice not to pick this one up. All in all, I give Inscryption 5 big mics out of 5 big mics. Highly recommended.